Time Rich family, and we are on day 3 in a row of being on the sea in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we are going to talk about our time in Barcelona today. So when we went to Barcelona, we had actually, Mark and I had been there several times before. So we really liked the city. We were excited to be back, take the girls back. And so when we first got off the ship, we took an Uber to Gaudi Park, we'll talk about.
It's called Park Güell.
Park Güell. And then that was our first time there. And then we went to Sagrada de Familia, and there was a playground there that we played at. And we fed some birds. We found a slide inside of a store and played there probably longer than we should have. We went to the market and then to the beach. So let's talk about getting off the ship. How did we get off the ship, Marco?
Before we got off the ship, we just, we went in and went ahead and we ordered an Uber, just not knowing exactly where, I guess the best way to get to Park Güell, because it's actually quite a ways away from the port, and it's way up on a hill, so because it has really great views of the city. And so we kind of strategically decided that we would start at the farthest and highest point away from the ship. And so we ordered an Uber. The Uber was really easy because we could go in and actually specifically pick a van, because there's 5 of us. But then once we did get off the ship to meet the driver, we did realize that they had a really great taxi stand, lots of rides available. They had signs out there that specifically, gave the price to go to all the different locations.
We ended up actually walking 8 miles.
Oh yeah, it was the unfinished church.
At Sagrada Familia.
Mm-hmm.
And so at Sagrada, we didn't actually go in this time and take the tour and all that stuff, but how long have they been working on it, Julieta?
Almost 200 years.
But we had a good time at the park, and then we took the metro over to where La Rambla was. And what did we find? That store, De Siegel. What was in that De Siegel store, in the clothing store that we went to?
The slide.
Yeah, they had a 2-story slide basically, so you could, it was a 2-story shop, and if you went to the upstairs and shopped around, the best way to get back down to the ground level was a nice enclosed metal slide that was actually really fast.
We did that. We fed some animals. What did you guys do? I didn't, but you guys did.
We fed pigeons.
How was that?
Fun.
It was fun?
Crazy.
Then they land on your shoulder and your head, and they land all over you.
They were everywhere.
I became, I think, the content for a lot of people who were taking videos that day.
Yes, you did. There were a lot of people. And then after there, we went to the market. What did you guys see at the market that was on La Rambla there? Remember, the fresh fish and all that stuff?
Yeah, we saw pig legs, actual pig legs that, I feel like somebody just went to a pig and cut off their leg and hung it up. It's what it was.
And from the market, we walked to the beach, but when we were walking to the beach, we had to go to the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
We were like, where do we go? And so what did we have to do?
We had to go to a KFC. But it was only for customers, so we had to buy some ice cream.
Oh, we had to buy it.
Yep, so we went and got some ice cream, and we were able to go to the bathroom. And I think that that's a pretty big travel hack that we've used in the past.
Yeah, there's not always a lot of public restrooms available, and especially around a lot of the European cities. And so we find that the easiest thing to do is just pop into a cafe, to a ice cream shop, but just definitely double check first, because there's a lot of those small ones that are only counter service, and so you might go in and order something thinking you can use the restroom, but they don't have them actually available to customers. So that's what led us all the way to a KFC, because they actually had a toilet we could use.
So then we played on the beach, and then after that we headed back via an Uber to the ship. But
The Uber was really cool.
what was that, Julieta?
The Uber was really cool
Why was it cool?
because it was when you went in, there was seats this way, and then there was another one facing this way. So mom and dad sat right here, and then me and Penelope were sitting on the other side.
In comparison to Marseille, where we had just come from, what did you think, Marco?
So I was actually very surprised at just how clean Barcelona was. That's not something that has stood out to me in the past, but after being in Marseille for a week and then stopping in Barcelona, it felt like they really do take really good care of that city.
And I think overall it was a really walkable city. I mean, we walked 8 miles of it, and still ended up taking Ubers. And then, any feedback on the metro?
I mean, it was just super easy. I think for us, I think because we did walk so much, they did have a day pass available. But at the time that we decided to use it, it was just to kind of speed us up a little bit and get us from Sagrada Familia to La Rambla, and so we only did the one-way ride. And we then after that we realized we could have jumped on and used it a couple more times. I think to help get us around and to help us conserve our legs a little bit, and maybe even open up a couple options that we could have done a few more things with our time. But we were all pretty worn out. But I think next time we definitely would have just paid a little bit extra, had the day pass, and just had at least the option available.
So we're on day 7 of a world cruise. In the description below, I will add a link to our world cruise packing list, what we brought for this 4-month adventure. And thanks for watching the video. Anything else you guys want to say?
Nope.
All right. Yep.
See ya.
Yeah. Join us next time and we'll fill you in on our stop in Malaga.